Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and this video is all about Sebastian Rogers. Alright, now this story is a bit of a mystery. He's been missing for about 2 weeks now. And as I was getting ready to do this, I was lighting the incense and stuff, and this holder fell off the other side of the desk and it snapped apart. And when I went around to the other side of the desk to retrieve it, the lit incense that was inside of it when it fell is nowhere to be found. So I literally just spent the last 20 minutes looking for that incense, and it was right there. There's no reason why it shouldn't have been right there on the other side of the desk where it fell, but it was not there, and it was very troubling. And that's the energy that's kind of around this case, because his stepmom, no, that's his actual mom. I don't have her name, but that's his actual mom, but that's his stepfather. And mom says that when she put him to bed on February the 25th, he was still in there. So spirit guides, holy angels, and ancestors, gather around. We are going back to Tennessee. It hasn't been this much buzz about Tennessee since Summer went missing. But strangely enough, we want to go to Summer County. We want to be in the zip code of 37075. That's the zip code of 37075. We are in Tennessee. We are in Summers County, but we are in Hendersonville. That's the name of the little place where they live. Hendersonville, and it's by Stratford Court. Now, when he went missing on February the 25th, it was cold there. It was like around 40 degrees or so. And they said he has autism, so he didn't have a phone or anything with him. He actually only had a flashlight and no shoes. So, alright, so we got one so far. I like to start with 4 or more. If the cards fall to the floor, I only read the ones that fall face down. If too many come out, I will take the top and the bottom. And I'm trying to work on reading reversals. We're going to see what happens. Well, I normally just turn them back around. Okay, but anyways, back to the story. So, Sebastian got up after everyone else in the house was asleep. And he got up somewhere between the time of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. Because when she got up the next morning to get him ready, when she got up the next morning to get him ready, he was not in his room. And by she, I mean his mother. Alright, so we have 4. 5. So altogether we have 6 cards. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So yeah, when his mom went in there the next morning to get him ready for school, he was just not in his room at all. He just wasn't there. And it was the weirdest thing. Kind of like the way that incense disappeared a few minutes ago. And I'm still trying to figure out where it went to, because it was lit. It was on fire, and I don't like playing with fire. But I think that was just a demonstration of how mysteriously this little boy vanished. Alright, so let's see what the first card is. And this is the modified AMT Elements Tarot deck. Alright, so the first card out is the Thing Among the Reflections. Ooh. Looks like a little devil popping out the other side of this lady's head. Isn't that an interesting card? I really like using this deck. And I've been learning them. The whole time I've been on break, I've been using just these. I don't like it. I don't like it because this other one, like when I just showed y'all the picture, how many devils did you see on it? At first I only seen one in the lady herself, but it's actually 2. You gotta really look though. It's faintly there, but it's there. See this? It's like it's the same thing, but it's like just faded a little. And you know what Spirit is saying. Spirit's always talking so much crap in my head. But right now, Spirit is saying that someone is being two-faced. So someone has two faces. And I watched the interview earlier. I mean, his mom seemed normal. She knew his likes and dislikes. She said he likes Minecraft. He doesn't like being dirty. And he has a crush on Taylor Swift. Alright, but let's clarify. Let's see who has two faces, shall we? And we know it's a woman. Well, I don't know. In this day and age, that could be anybody. But whoever it is, they have two faces. And we're going to snoop around. Alright, Spirit. Now, you shown me in the situation dealing with Sebastian Robbins, who went missing from the I didn't like that. Who went missing from the 37075 zip code between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. Oh, I didn't like that one either. Between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. on February 26th. That's a good one. Now, you show me somebody here close, very close to the situations. They have a bit of two faces, or as people down south like to say, they're talking out of both sides of their mouth, contradicting themselves. Ooh. I'll take off these bracelets. I can't stand extra noise. Alright, so the person with the two faces is the Knight of Cups. Now, as you know, Sebastian and Mom lived with another person, Mom's husband, his stepfather. So we have someone here with two faces. Now, I seen the interview with the real father today. He was, in my opinion, a little sketch. But hey, I'll probably be a little sketchy too if one of my kids were missing. But as I look at this Knight of Cups, I'm seeing somebody that's drinking. He's drinking. This, in this particular situation, this is an alcoholic beverage. Look at his face. I'm not saying he's an angry drunk, but he looks like one of those drunks that turn into like a philosopher and start saying like, I bet you if I had $30 right now, I can line them up, like that, say shit like that. Like, no one wants to hear your drunken monologue. Alright, so somebody around Sebastian is a bit of a drinker, and when they drink, they turn into someone else. Good to know. Alright, let's do the next card. Alright, now this card, it's a bit tricky because it's the same on both sides. That's the fun thing about the Ali Men's Tarot. All the cards are completely different from the one that came before. But this, what does it sound like? My neighbors are just downstairs. I don't know if they're like mud wrestling or something down there. It's just very loud. Well, I'm going to continue on with this read because the way the incense disappeared is a little interesting for me. Because that's not the type of stuff that happens. Alright. So, you know what this is looking like to me? He really might have had that flashlight. You know, they say he left the house with a flashlight. And he's autistic, and sometimes autistic children get attached to things. You know, objects and stuff like that. So this has the energy of the flashlight. So let's try to see if we can locate where the flashlight is now. Thank you, Spirit. That's an excellent point. See, that's why two heads are better than one. or a zillion heads in spirit case is better than one. Spirit's that big. Alright, so to try to find out where Sebastian's flashlight is at right now, we are going to use the Beauty of Horror deck. Alright, and I'm going to put this one up to make a little space up here on this table. Alright. Alright, Spirit, you've shown me Sebastian Rogers' flashlight here that he took with him out of the house on February the 26th between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. He is a 15 years old boy. He likes Minecraft. His favorite color is green. He was last seen in the zip code of 3707. Oh, they almost all try to fall. Now, I didn't finish my question, so I'm going to finish my question about where's the flashlight. But in the meantime, in between time, look who done jumped out here. The Empress. This is Mom. This is Mom. Alright. So, does Mom have the flashlight? Alright, let's put her right here. She's definitely connected to the flashlight. This is so interesting. Why would she come out? Alright, Spirit, like I was saying, in the zip code of 37075, Sebastian Rogers disappeared February 26th between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. He was officially reported missing at 11:17. Alright. So we're still getting to the flashlight, but they're kind of showing him a little bit. This is like his energy, the Page of Cups. And we have the Eight of Wands, which just means a lot of fast movement. Things started to go quickly concerning this situation. But yeah, this is his energy. And pages are, you know, they're young, they're inexperienced, they're just learning. Alright. This is a lot of energy that came out on that flashlight, isn't it? Alright, for anything else come out, let's ask where it's at. Spirit, can you tell me... Wait, make sure the cards are right. Spirit, can you tell me where that flashlight is right now? Is it still with him? Can anyone see where Sebastian's flashlight is at right now? Alright, no. Alright, we'll circle back to the flashlight. Let's move on to the next card. But that was a lot of stuff that came out on that flashlight. We got quick movement, Mom, and he actually showed up. And by he, I mean Sebastian. Alright, we still have 4 cards left over here. Let's take this one. Ooh. Now this is the Hermit for this deck. Yep. And I apologize for like that weird echoing talking. That is the people all the way downstairs. And if I can hear them all the way up here, you know they must be screaming at each other. Alright. Alright. So what we have is the Hermit. Now, you know, the Hermit stays in. He usually doesn't come out. You know, he's in there learning, practicing how to do things, stuff like that. But for me, when I am looking at this card, I definitely see this red line, which could be You know, it could be like a some kind of a ligature, I think they're called, when somebody ties something off on you. It could be a ligature, but what I'm getting again, see the thing he's holding? I'm getting that flashlight again. I think at this point, if you can find a flashlight, you can probably find the boy. Or you can find Sebastian. Alright, I'm going to ask, since it came out again, I'm going to use a different deck. Let's try to find out where that flashlight is at. And to do that, let's go into the Edgar Allan Poe deck, because it's usually really good. It's usually pretty good with images. I'm going to make sure I got them all. Alright, I am not a fan of this new box. I've been talking crap about this box for the last 6 months. I hate it. Okay. Alright, Spirit, once again, you've shown me Sebastian's flashlight. We're going to use the Edgar Allan Poe deck to try to see where it is now. Wait, make sure they're all in the right order. Well, not right order, but at least try to turn to the right side. Alright. Spirit, again, we are still in the zip code of 37075. We are in Hendersonville. We are at the home of Sebastian Rogers, his mom, and his stepdad. We are between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. It's February the 26th. Sebastian Rogers leaves his home. He only has his flashlight. Can you see where that flashlight is at right now? Or do you know who has the flashlight now? Ooh. Alright. They spoke up quickly. Alright. So, the house is divided. The house is clearly divided. This is a tower card, which is, and you know, every deck is disaster. You know, that moment where just all kinds of falls apart. But we all know what the tower means. We're trying to look for that flashlight that seems to be a really big clue. And it looks to me like the flashlight just might be inside the house still. I don't know, the cops may have to literally rip it apart, tear the house up to find it. But it would appear the flashlight is inside the house. I mean, hey, I just say what the cards show. Alright, so let's move on. We still have 3 cards left. Let's do the third to the last. I don't know why I try to pick things up off the table. Oh, and here this card is called the Tradition. We see somebody getting water kind of blessed on them. Here. Looks like this is water. And a sugar skull. Let's see. What's that shadow figure? Let me look at this. Oh, it's 2 people dancing. Now, Sebastian is 15 years old. So I know, like, this is not a bath time accident, because at 15 you're bathing yourself. But this little boy is interesting in here. When you think of the word tradition, you think about, you know, a place that has representation for a certain thing. You know, like if it's a family barbecue, or, you know, a religious place, you go to a certain place. Like there's a family home where everyone meets at, or there's a favorite park where everyone goes to. Like, it's almost like an annual thing. Like how, the flowers come up when you plant them, they come back every year. This card is giving the energy to me of like something that they do every year, or some sort of anniversary or something, or it was some sort of, whatever it was that he was doing or was last doing, it was repetitive. It was something that they always did. It would be like, if on Sundays everybody gets in the car and load up and go down to the beach and have ice cream, and then, get back and start planning the week ahead for school. It was some sort of a tradition, something repetitive that the family was doing, or that he was doing when he went missing. And he could have been on his own. Like, who knows, like on the way home from school, there may be like a little park or something that he like always walked by slow and, would throw rocks in it or something. There was something repetitive that either he was doing on his own or the family was doing when this occurred. People have all kind of rituals that they do. It's different for every family. It's completely different for every family. Everybody has their own ritual that they do to get ready for the week ahead. Alright, let's try to clarify it to see what this ritual or thing was. Alright, and to do that, we are going to use the Teddy Bear Tarot. Yep. I think it's crazy that I can hear them through the walls and the floor. Like, I can understand hearing your upstairs neighbors walk, but if you're even able to hear your downstairs neighbors talk. Alright. So, Spirit, you've shown me that whatever Sebastian Rogers was doing when he vanished or disappeared, that it was something that they always did. It was a usual, that was a good shuffle. It's a usual activity. Maybe some sort of family thing or something that he did all alone. Ooh. When you say all alone, this card jumped right out. Let's look at it. Alright. And this is interesting. It's the whole family out here. It gets everybody out there, and it's the middle of the night. And this is the Ten of Cups. So it's like emotional fulfillment, like everybody was happy at the time. Look, they're all together. It's nighttime. This was something that they normally do all the time. Cause that's why it's the Ten of Cups, because it's happy. It was a happy thing. It was a normal thing. It was a tradition. They always did it. I want to know what this thing was, because you never know. Things can escalate so quickly, especially when you got somebody around that's drinking and has two faces. You never know. I really want to know what happened to this little boy now. Alright. We got two more. So let's do this one. Ooh, I don't like the looks of this. The lone and level sands. Look at something getting buried in the sand. And like I said, I've been working with this deck. And this card just means, like, if you have a monument, or you say you did something really well, like, eventually time will cover it up. Like, no matter how great it was, eventually time will pass and it will begin to, get covered up, and somebody else will do something else, and then there's something new again. And, there's your greatness just out there bleaching in the sun. But I don't know, why did I go off on a tangent about this card? Let's see what's on it. Let's see. Alright, I definitely see something that's half buried and still up. Like, still above ground, though. Yep. Is this sand? Yeah, it is sand. The lone and level sands. Clearly. Huh. I don't know. Could this be a shallow grave? From a distance. What does it look like from a distance? Like when you pull it away. When you see it up close, it's a half-buried face. But as you start to pull it away, what does it look like? To me, it starts to look like something very shallow. Alright, let's see if we can figure out where this place is at. Alright, and to do that, let's go over to... I almost want to use the teddy bear tarot again because it shuffled so good. But I gotta use the one that Spirit wants. Alright. Alright, let's go back to the AMT. To the AMT deck to clarify itself. Alright. I really want to know where that flashlight is at. So bad. So bad. Alright, Spirit. So you shown me something that is kind of buried in the sand. And there's no trees. There's no trees or any buildings or anything like that around. You just kind of got... This could be like like even a grassy field. Like they're showing me hay. You know how like when they get ready to roll it and they just cut it and it's just all laid out flat like that. This could be a hay field. I think I may have just answered my own question. So, it's possible that this could be a field somewhere where they make hay or roll hay. However they do it with the little machines where they turn it into those big round balls. Alright, Spirit, even if it is a hay field or if it's sand, can you tell me where this place is at, or who has control over going to and from this place? And we are still in the zip code of 37075, but you can now leave the date of February the 25th, move away from that date of February 25th, and come to today of March the 14th of 2024. But I want to stay in that zip code of 37075. Where is this place at with the hay or the sand? Or there's something very slightly. Who's in control of this? Who's in control of this place? Oh, whoa! The Spirit, y'all just really play too much. Sometimes they get right to the point. We're trying to clarify this, and they just came straight out. This card is called the Hole. And you see that little dark circle? Yeah, that's this card is actually called the Hole. Wow. So who's in charge of the Hole? Damn blast it. I knew it. The Queen of Cups. Mom, is this you? Sure looks like it. Because remember this card from earlier? The Empress? And the Empress came out in the very beginning when we was asking about that flashlight and where was it. Now this is in who's in control of the place with the hay or something buried, or as this other card so gracefully called it, the Hole. It's a woman in charge of it. That card made me thirsty. That's some water. Nah, I really didn't want it to be this way. I guess you're trying to say he disappeared as mysteriously as that lit incense. And that's going to haunt me for the rest of the night. Because where the hell is it? It was lit when it fell. It completely disappeared. right before I started this. I actually have the recording of it when it fell. Alright, so the very last card is the Page of Swords. And as a lot of you tarot readers know, the Page of Swords is a spy. He's a spy. He comes around, he wants to know what you're doing. He wants to know your weaknesses and stuff so he can try to use it against you. Or, know where to poke and prod at. You know how you test the fence to see where the weak spots are at? And then you eventually keep testing that part over and over until it gives. That's the type of person a Page of Swords is. But let's see what's on this card. Well, first off, he's a fish, but he has feet. This card has the sun and the moon. But you know what else this card has? A water tower in the back and a Volkswagen, I believe. That red card right here. That looks like a Volkswagen to me. But there is a water tower. And this was the very last card to come out. This is interesting. It's also a skeleton there too. And also a sword. Hey, this fish has a gun too. Right there. In that hand is a gun. This is a nosy, violent person. Or somebody who just cannot seem to stay in their place. And when they get called out on it, they get violent. Let's just get one more card. We're going to clarify this card and then we're going to end it because it's more than 30 minutes. Alright, and to clarify this nosy, violent person, we are going to use the spider deck. Alright, Spirit. As you know, we're looking for Sebastian Rogers. His favorite color is green. He has a crush on Taylor Swift. He likes to play Minecraft. He doesn't like being dirty or unkept looking. Oh, what's that? Flipped. A good transformation. Can you tell me where should they look for clues in finding him? Or what is the energy around him right now? What is the energy around Sebastian right now? Alright. A dominating, angry person. Yeah, there's definitely more to this story. So this is the person that's around his energy right now. Alright. We're going to leave it there. I am Cleopatra Wallace. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because who knows what's going to happen next.